Good evening, class. My name is Ray Herrera, and the purpose of my personal assignment is to talk about my past experience and how those impact me or push me to become a successful individual. The three main reasons as to why I must become successful is because of the background that I grew up in, the life struggles of having a single mother, and the odds being against me as a black male in the United States. However, have you grown up poor? Have you grown up not knowing where your next meal is coming from? It's hard growing up as a black kid without a father. No one to support your mother and no one to show you how to become a man. My struggles wasn't easy. It took a lot of grit from my mother to keep going and strong. Growing up in Belize City, it wasn't always the safest place. Their gangs were way harsher, drugs, wild animals, and other things that may be effective in my health and society, my safety. I still get goosebumps remembering having to take hot showers outside in the cold using a bucket. I remember having to wait to get to school for a meal. I remember not being able to have shoes and walking around on the mud in the rough ground of Belize. There's many things that still to this day give me great fear. A few years later, my mother flew to the United States to take care of my grandmother who had become really sick. Now that my mother moved out here in the United States, I came with her. She struggled looking for a job while my grandmother took care of me and took me to school and made sure that I was fed and had clothes on my back and shoes on my feet. My father wasn't always in my life, but he was very much absent. When we left Belize, he stayed and continued to work as a bodyguard for a nightclub. That's when everything began to head south with my mother and her relationship. My mother found a job for him in the United States, but he didn't take it because he felt like being home was where he needed to be. Growing up without a father was tough. I had to face lots of challenges that only a man can teach his son, and a mother couldn't. This moment in my life changed me for the better because I wanted to become everything that he wasn't. I wanted to push myself and become the man that he never taught me to be. I wanted to become somebody that was proud of and not be ashamed of or disappointed in. My goal in life is to become the man that my mother wanted me to be. The man that I sought that myself was going to be. I've strived for a better provider, and the only way that I can accomplish that is by working hard. My plans of becoming successful are two things. Either becoming a pediatric nurse and be able to take care of my mother and my little brother so that she doesn't have to worry about the bills or anything special like that. My second option is to play football and really set my family up for my future. Set my family up and my future bloodlines. I don't want my brother or my children to grow up the way I did. I want to make their lives as easy as possible. Success isn't for me, but being successful means making the sacrifices so that everyone else around me that I love can be alright. Failure is not an option. To conclude, growing up poor, having a single mother, and being a black male in America, these are my reasons of why that I will succeed. I want to be the man that my mother wanted me to be, and the man that I want to be. I want to be the role model to my brother and to my cousins. Failure isn't an option to me. I want to be remembered by the hardworking man and the goal seeker. I want to be remembered as somebody that they can look up to.